Good morning and welcome back to Can You Survive All Stars? We are here at Tribal Council as our final seven come filing in. You can see them in the distance. And is Ned, Jazzy, Taylor, Kaylee, Kendall, Alicia, and Albie.
All right, we can now bring in our jury. We have Isaiah, Bobby, Nina, and Alan voted out at our last tribal council. All right, Taylor, we'll start with you. Big win out there on the challenge field. How much did that mean to you? And were you able to kind of parlay that necklace into a little bit more control of this vote?
I mean, it meant a lot because safety is never guaranteed unless you're wearing the necklace. And when we were sitting there, like you saw me well before the challenge, I was using the ball as a pillow because I'd already put in my head I wasn't winning this. Uh, to get my ass up over that hill and then to get to the puzzle. Like I never said I was a puzzle beast when it comes to those things. So I was flabbergasted and I was the second to last person to get to the puzzle too. Um, and it means the world because it gives you a sense of small, brief sense of relief because I think everyone's name has been thrown out there at some point today. I was told my name was written down last go around with the scramble that happened. Like it was really pure chaos. And no, it doesn't really give me a sense of control because if you let it get to your head, there's still so much more game to play. So like it just gave me a sense of relief, but then having a chance to lock in with the players that I've been talking to, the players that, I see myself wanting to continue getting to that end point and being like, hey, this is where we're at. Let's try to have some sort of sense of like plan if possible. But we that goes out the window. So
Yeah. I mean, I think there is a lot of game left to play, but at the same time, there's not a lot of game left to play, Albie. I mean, how much of are you approaching these votes thinking there's only a few more times where I can really make this big move?
Um, I I feel like every move is a big move though because this game has been pretty fluid. I don't think there's like one dominating group. So it's like you're kind of the big move is you taking out people that you don't think you could win against in the end.
Okay. Ned, last night, I don't know if it was final nine or final eight, while we were doing one of the food chain vote offs, the ladies realized they picked each other and let the men have an idol. And kind of my understanding, my interpretation of that was potentially they had a plan to eliminate the men. Knowing you were on the Great Mountain and have some experience with that, is that something that you feel worried about looking at the kind of organization of this group here?
Um, to be honest, I don't, and I also didn't worry about that in the Great Mountain, and we saw how that turned out for me. Um, and I am in awe of all of the players in this game, and I know the LRG world is dominated by people who look like me and frankly are queer like me. Like I love how many gay uh, white men there are, but I also think having representation of like women dominating is really great.
gay women? Yeah.
Oh, did I say gay women?
No, you said gay men, but it's okay about it.
Oh yeah. I just like I'm not afraid of working with a lot of women. Is what I'm trying to say. And if they gang together and vote me out, do sis.
Stay six. I think we can forget
Yeah.
that. We understood what you meant there. Yeah.
Not.
Alicia, Alan made a big move at the last tribal council, still trying to rally the votes against you. Is that something where you're kind of feeling like the heat is on you and you now have to avoid that name coming up over and over and over again?
I mean, my name's been up before that as well, so it's not new. If anything, it was like an honor. I feel like the biggest threat here was just like, let's vote out Alicia. But I'm also like, me? Like, I feel like there are some bigger threats surrounding right now. And I know there's a handful of people that I wouldn't feel the most comfortable sitting next to. Um, so it was interesting.
Yeah, I found it very
I
interesting.
feel we all feel heat every round. Like it's exhausting and it kind of sucks. Like it's hard and I'm trying to like remind myself that this is fun.
Yeah, yeah. Kaylee, Final Seven is, famous in Survivor for being, the time where potentially the biggest move of the game is made to take out one of those last major threats. Do you feel like that's what's about to happen here at this tribal council?
I think we've been taking out major threats since merge and even top 27. I mean, I think I've said this before. This all-star cast is unbelievable in terms of the levels of strategery and like conversations and then physical threats. And it's just everyone brings something a little bit different. And now the conversations are, who could I actually sit next to and beat at the end? That's where the conversations are starting to pivot a little bit. And to be honest, I think a lot of us are like, holy cow, I don't know who I could beat here.
Yeah. Kendall, how differently do you have to play around like this without the necklace compared to the last rounds where you did have the necklace?
Yeah, it's tough not having that safety around your neck. I think yesterday going on my little immunity run scared a lot of people, and I think everyone's pretty much told me they're putting my name down tonight. So
What was your counter argument to that?
I just think there's people here who've played a better game than me, and I'm not sure I would even be able to explain my game that well in a final tribal council. And also, one of the immunities was complete luck with the slingshot, so it's not like I'm like this big challenge threat. Um, I tried, and I think everyone kind of knows where my head is at and who I. If I'm sitting over there, I think they all know who I'm gonna vote for to win at this point. So I let them all know, and yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I tried my best to plead my case, but I asked everyone what was going down, and everyone told me Albie and Alicia said before this they decided it was me. So
Are those the two that are affected? I mean, there's 7 people here. 2 people can't make that decision.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, I think it was a group thing,
Gotcha.
but I think yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, they were the ultimate. I think other people may have been willing to flip, but they weren't. So
I hear you.
yeah, so I think it's my time, and that's okay.
Jazzy, we're getting close to the
Respect the
end
process.
of this
Okay.
game.
It's a game.
Whether it's you or someone, one of your competitors here, what do you hope that the winner represents in CYS All Stars?
I hope that the winner represents grit, passion for the game, tries their hardest. Sorry. Honestly, like I can't even fully answer that question because it's definitely gonna be a Fahi going home today, and it's one of us. I don't know who it's gonna be. Even I don't know who it's gonna be. Um,
What kind of pitch did you make? We heard Kendall's pitch.
honestly, like it was hard to make a pitch because people weren't talking to me, and you know what that means. I mean, I stood in the field and was like, "Tell me it's me," because people weren't talking to me. Um, I played this game. We know what that means. People act. I did a lot of acting this season too, to get things to happen the way they needed to happen. So either way, a badass female's going home today, and that's okay. Like mad love for everybody. Mad love for you. Mad love for myself.
Okay. Unless anyone else has anything to cover, we can get to the vote. All right, we'll start with you, Albie.
All right, and away we go to tea time to talk about everything we just heard. All right. I love what Jazzy said about love for everyone, love for myself. All of these players are absolutely incredible. I think all of them should have a lot of love for themselves and a lot of pride in how they've played this game. I sit there looking at that final seven and I'm like, literally every single one of them would be an incredible winner. Like, CYS All Stars is going to have like the person that deserves it getting the crown, and I don't even know who it will be. I just know that as like if it's one of them, it's well deserved. So they have really blown me away, and this round is no different. So we are at the final seven, and here we go. So yes, so as you might imagine, Kendall and Jazzy are two of the main targets. However, don't worry, because people are also discussing a Ned vote out and an Alicia vote out. So, as we know, things are not always as they seem in Tribal Council. We've been fooled by acting jobs before. I get a sense some people are doing some acting now. I don't know if it'll affect this vote or not, but you guys should know because it will affect people's paths to the end game. So, where am I going to start? All right. So, oh my God. Okay, wait, let's start with the most exciting news. Remember how yesterday I thought the Spice Girls Alliance was no more? So foolish of me. They are here, they are together. This is not going to ruin the world tour. Because it's a spice world and Jazzy, Taylor, and Kaylee are living in it. Jazzy was joking that she's Scary Spice. So let's talk Jazzy first. Um, so Jazzy, obviously in this Spice Girls alliance with Taylor and Kaylee, and she also has a final two deal with Albie. She was joking around that Jazzy was joking with Albie that basically like Taylor shouldn't be sitting at the end because she's way too likable. And everyone likes her. And then she was like, I mean, everyone likes us too, but in a sinister way. Because Jazzy and Albie are like can have a reputation playing villainously, so it's just funny. Um, she is of the her final two with Albie is true. She does want to sit with Albie at the end, and she wants Ned or Kendall out. She told Alicia, or sorry, she told Alicia and Kendall, we need to get Ned out now because of that move last tribal council, because Ned is in fact getting all the credit for the Allen vote off last round, which like facts, well deserved. So she was talking with Alicia and Kendall at one point, saying Ned has to go. So perhaps a Ned blindside is actually in the works, and those two Fahi girls were playing it up for the camera, which is just occurring to me now in real time. Oh my God, that would be crazy if so. Um, wow. Okay, so there is that. So let's go to the other parts of the I almost called them the Jazzy Gals, the Spice Girls. Let's see. Um let's see. So Taylor is noticing that in this game the vote has constantly been flipping around. It's been like one target, one target, one target. You've seen I've had like 4 or 5 names every single round to be able to tell y'all about as potential targets, because there's like a primary plan, a secondary plan, and a tertiary plan that are all in effect. Oh my God, speaking of the word tertiary, is strategery an actual word? I don't remember what Kaylee said, but it was an iconic word. Whether it is real or not, strategery, it was strategery. Uh, anyway, so Taylor's noticing the potential for a vote flipping on a dime is there. And so this round she wanted to push for Kendall, but she didn't want to push too hard because she was worried that if she pushed too hard, things would flip back into somewhere that she doesn't want it to go. Not onto her because she has the immunity necklace, of course, and is safe, but you know, everyone's got to consider the path. And she views Kendall as a huge winner threat because she's playing an under the radar game, according to Taylor. So Taylor's like, you know, I think I'm just gonna go with the vibe of the tribe on this one. I'm gonna feel it out and not push too hard, even though I am safe with my necklace. Speaking of necklaces, Kaylee is delighted that people have just been handing her these food chain necklaces and lots of information all game long. She's feeling in a really great spot because she's felt like she hasn't had to do a ton in order to get everyone with her and to give her all this information. And she's feeling like she's pretty much in with everyone in this final 7 except for Alicia. So she has final 2 deals with the Great Mountain people, Ned and Kendall. She has final 2s with Albie and with Jazzy, and obviously is in Spice Girls with Taylor. So she's like very well situated. She's like really situated herself with all of her social connections to get a path to the end. Let's see. So moving on over to Albie. Albie is kind of, or at least according to Albie, Albie is has a 4 of Jazzy, Taylor, Kaylee, and him. So really, it's like Albie is the Spice Girls roadie almost in my mind, because he's with a 4 of them again. He's really been thinking about, okay, who can I sit next to and who can I beat at the end and how can we get there? Winner behavior. And he's decided he thinks he has the best shot against Taylor and Kaylee. So good news for him. Those are 2 of his 3 Spice Girls, and Jazzy's winner threat is quite high. Because people, as you know, for a few rounds have been wanting to go for her and saying, we need to take care of her, not yet, but soon. Although sometimes those are famous last words in Survivor. If you don't take care of someone ever, suddenly they're at the end and winning. One such person that was really pushing for Jazzy this vote initially was Kendall, and she obviously knew it could be her. She had heard her name, so she was pushing for Jazzy. At one point, apparently in the field, Jazzy and Kendall turned to each other and they were like, "Are we voting for each other? Like, what's happening?" So now that I think about it, maybe they're not playing it up for the camera. Maybe that is what's actually going to happen, but that would have been iconic if so. Um, let's see. Speaking of, okay, I mean, we've already spoke of Jazzy. Okay. So let's go over to Ned, who also wants Jazzy out. That's a nice little through line. And he was thinking, can I pull Albie and Alicia to do this vote? Or because he was like, I think that's the best move. I think that's the move that should be made. But after Ned did that huge move last tribal council, he is thrilled that that happened. He is thrilled that it worked out. But he's also realizing, I don't know if I can orchestrate a second move in a row without raising my threat level. So perhaps I do the driver's ed thing of taking the back seat once more and allowing others to drive. So he was weighing that. Obviously, we heard from Kendall that Albie and Alicia approached Kendall and said that they had decided it could be her. Again, is that play acting? And are they doing that? I don't know. Although I don't think so, because I think Alicia and Ned are actually really close. Yeah, I take that back. So that I don't think is happening. That's not pretend either. Here's the thing, y'all. I think I've been so tricked by so many of these all stars, like Oscar worthy performances, that I'm now like conditioned to think like it's a play, they're acting. Like, I don't know. So I think that's what this is. I think there's less dramatics going on here back at that stage than I thought, because Alicia thinks it is Kendall's time to go. And Alicia was saying to Ned earlier, we should do Kendall now and Jazzy next. Whether or not she'll be able to pull that off remains to be seen, because Jazzy currently is in a 4, and it'll be a final 6 and a 4, and that's majority. So we shall see. Yeah, we'll leave you with this. Alicia was saying, I think to Albie, because she was talking about the different players that are left, she said, Kaylee is basically copy paste Kendall out the challenge win. So Alicia feels that both Kendall and Kaylee are playing super like great social games, super great under the radar games, and is also wary of her because obviously she thinks Kendall's time is now, and is giving the same respect that she's giving to Kendall to Kaylee as well. All right, and with that, we will head back. I feel like we're around the right time, hopefully. So we shall see. The sun is so bright that I can't actually see anything on the screen. So, oh yeah. All right, back. All right, and in we come to Tribal Council.
All right. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so.
Cam, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise. All right, I'll get to the vote. First vote, Jazzy. Second vote, Kendall. Third vote, Jazzy. Fourth vote, Kendall. We're tied 2-2. Fifth vote, Kendall. Sixth vote, and the next member of our jury, Kendall. That's 4. That's enough.
Couldn't write your name down.
Badass. Yeah.
Right there.
Win.
Enjoy jury duty.
You're not wearing any.
Good luck, everyone. Seriously.
Kendall, sorry to say, tribe has spoken. All right, final 6. Congratulations. Job's not done. We're gonna have you head over to the challenge field. We'll get you set up, okay?
All right, and we will be joining them in the challenge field shortly. Keep it locked here. You won't want to miss any of the action all day long.